kinda sketchy. But the question is, why have these cars become so forgotten? Good morning. Now, if you are looking for a powerful front-engine V12 supercar for, let's say, the $150,000 range, what should you buy? Anything ring a bell? Aston Martin DBS, maybe? Ferrari FF? Mercedes SLS? Or what about the Ferrari 599? Behind me is a car that is 17 years old and yet develops the same amount of power as a Lamborghini Huracán. It has the V12 from the Ferrari Enzo, essentially. This is a car that it seems like everyone has completely forgotten about. The Ferrari F12 has completely overshadowed this car. You really never see these driving around or even spoken about. A lot of people think it is a relatively ugly Ferrari. I sort of disagree. I think it's aged quite gracefully. They've become even classier than they were before. The long nose, challenge wheels, and those flying buttresses especially, I love. I've seen these cars sell for as low as 130 grand. But today we're going to discuss what makes the 599 such a bargain on the used market. How convenient. Looks like I got the keys right here. All right. Stepping in the 599. It is a very luxurious place to be. Everything is leather. You can get carbon fiber around. This one is beautifully optioned with the red insert Daytona seats, factory carbon fiber race seats as standard in a 599. And they are some of the nicest, most comfortable seats of any supercar I've ever been in. It's just very plush in here and a lovely place to spend time. Like even down here where you will never touch or even see is leather. Of course it is a bit dated now. I mean, tech-wise, I mean, this is pretty terrible, but who cares? You're buying this car for what's up there. The amount of space in here is absurd. This has to be the most spacious Ferrari I've ever been in. I could be 1,100 pounds and need to be cut out of a wall to leave my house, and I would still fit in a 599. But let's go ahead and start her up. Starting off in sport mode, which is your default setting, and I actually already see a white 488 in front of me. Yes. It's like we're mating. But honestly, I don't really care about sport too much. I want to go into race, which opens up the exhaust valves a little bit. Gear changes will be a bit more aggressive, a bit quicker. Steering is tightened up a little bit. So we're working with a 6-liter Ferrari Enzo derived V12, as I said. A few things are different, obviously. It's not exactly the same engine, but 612 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. The top speed is 205 miles an hour. Revs to 8,500 RPM. It is the 6-speed single clutch F1 paddle shift transmission. Pretty much the final iteration of it. I mean, I guess it's not like the Scuderia's transmission, but it is the final version of it, essentially. Those are pretty quick shifts. A lot of people love to hate on these old transmissions, but I don't mind them. I mean, I do think in a GT car, I don't know if it would bother you more or less because you're more so focused on cruising in 5th or 6th gear on the interstate and not really worried about the shift times. Or is it annoying because it's a GT car, it's a bit more of a dailyable kind of car, can be driven every day, and then it's kind of clunky around town. So it's like, I guess it just depends on how you drive the car. I don't mind it. It does have carbon ceramic brakes, which are quite grabby when they are cold. In the corners, it does just fine. I mean, it is just shy of 2 tons, and it has that heavier weighted, more old school Ferrari steering feel, unlike the F12 and on, where it was just became super darty and almost too quick. It's a little bit, I don't want to say it's like the most confidence-inspiring acceleration, because it isn't. It's a little, it just feels, it's very floaty. It doesn't feel like it's really stuck to the ground. It sort of feels like you're out of control. Like you might lose it here any second now. As much as they say the F12 and 812 are a handful, a lot of people actually say, no, it's the 599 that you have to look out for. The exhaust really opens up around 4,000 RPM. Before that, it's just really quiet. And even after 4,000, it could be louder. Let's just say that. But it does have a bit of the Enzo sound, obviously. Taking this bend at about 60. I mean, it handles them just fine, but kind of sketchy. Visibility also is tremendous on this car. I can see out very well. I can even see behind pretty well. Another thing I didn't realize as well is like every 2 generations, the car typically goes through a drastic change. Like the 550, 575 looked pretty similar. The F12 and 812 look pretty similar. I never realized that the 599 never really had like a follow-up. Maybe it is ugly. I don't know, maybe that's why. Oh! The pickup is wild. But the question is, why have these cars become so forgotten and just like lost in the past? Because whenever I tell people, oh, 599, they go, oh yeah, love that car. Do you though? I mean, the F12 was a huge leap forward, obviously, just like the 430 was to the 458. You know, that older F1 technology to a modern dual clutch. It's just way more civilized, way more refined. Like, I never see these driving around or at any cars and coffees. It's just a lot of car. The 599 does seem like a sort of niche car. It's not the obvious choice, right, for 150K. Obvious choice would be 570S, Audi R8, all the sort of mainstream supercars. Pretty much nobody under the age of 40 is going to be thinking about a 599. All the front engine V12 Ferraris are sort of considered the gentleman's Ferraris. They're a little bit classier, a little bit more laid back of an experience, not as focused as the mid-engine cars. Just a completely different driving dynamic. Nobody is thinking, oh, I should get a 599, but why? You're getting this car because you really want one, and you've wanted one for a while. It's not, oh, it's something cool and fast. You know, like a 570S or even a Huracan can be owned by somebody who doesn't necessarily love cars. They just like the sort of flex factor of it. Nobody's buying a 599 to flex. Like, you're in it because you love the 599 and you maybe grew up with it, or you just love the elegant styling. So I feel like it's a little bit of a tougher sell in today's market because of that. It's not just the immediate, oh yeah, I've got enough money now, let's go buy a 599. But you should. Okay, you can turn traction control off. I will not be doing that today. I would like to stay on this planet. It does sound good. And I always liked how the 599 looked. It's a very nostalgic car to me. Now this is Rosso Corsa over tan. Of course, it looks great. But I actually think these cars look the best in gray. Specifically Grigio Silverstone. Such a gentleman's spec. Grigio Silverstone over tan. That is the one to have. And I feel like there aren't that many known issues with these cars mechanically. I mean, there's the obvious sticky button issue, which is on every old Ferrari. The dash starts to pull, leather starts to pull if it's out in the sun too long, but those are all user errors that you can avoid. Only 30 599s came with a gated manual transmission. Only 20 of those came to the States. Those cars are worth upwards of $1 million, but around town it does feel quite big. And paired with the older single clutch F1 transmission, slightly clunky. The F12 definitely feels like it shrunk in size when you're driving it, but I drove this car in traffic last night and it was honestly totally fine. I also feel like this car doesn't really draw the amount of attention that other Ferraris would have. I mean, I feel like people are looking at it, but they're not I haven't seen any photos taken of this car, any kids. They don't know what this car is. They only care about SVJs and Koenigsegg's. So now we're on the interstate. This car's home turf, and it rides very well. I could see this easily being a nice long distance cruiser. Relatively quiet in here. I mean, this road is kind of loud, but I feel like I could absolutely drive this every day. Let's test the bumps. I mean, we are in race mode, but that's not, it wasn't that bad. I do feel like these cars are starting to hold their value a bit better. It does seem like they might be creeping up a bit. This one we have listed for a $179,995. This one is a lower mileage example, only 12,000 miles. Red tan cars tend to have a bit of a premium. But I saw one sell on Bring a Trailer the other day for like 130 grand or something. It's not that much more than a 575. And this is a much better car in every single way. It shares its engine with one of the most iconic Ferraris of all time. The car that's named after the founder of the company. That is special. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel down below, and I will see you guys in the next one.